Today we're in the developing community of Chappelle Gardens in southwest Edmonton. But before there were roads, playgrounds, or even show homes, there were fields. Talking to us today about what it takes to take a raw piece of land to a neighborhood is Senior Development Manager Tom Lumsden. Tom, what does it mean to take a piece of land and build a community from scratch?
It means a lot of work. It means a lot of planning and a lot of effort to get it to where it is today. So buying the land from the farmers, developing it, planning it with the city, and actually going to construction and then selling the lots to the builders so they can build the houses that become dream homes and places where people raise families. We wanted to do what we call a master plan community, so you have quite a bit of land, like there's 500 acres here. Garden theme came to us one day and we thought it was a great idea. Edmontonians love their gardens. They go and plant their own garden and they can take the vegetables, the flowers, whatever it is that they plant in there and take them home and eat them. If you can give them places where they go out and actually meet their neighbors and spend time together, it all of a sudden a sense of community created very quickly.
One of the most rewarding things about my job is getting to see what this all turns into. So you come out to an area where, it's a raw piece of land, and it's hard to imagine that in just over 4 years that it can turn into a community that houses all types of families and dynamics, and then you get to watch these amazing features come in and see how the families get to relate to each other and grow bonds and just raise their children. New innovations have come into new homes, so there's higher energy efficiencies, there's just new features that you get to see, and it's how thoroughly and detailed these communities are put together. So there's the architectural controls that keeps the community, looking the way it does. I think the biggest thing that you're going to see is the Residents Association building. So we're going to get things like a skating rink and basketball courts and a splash park for the kids in the summer, as well as you get a community housing building where they're going to be able to do community events if you wanted to, as well as hopefully teach some, classes and exercise routines out of the areas. And it's great to have something within walking distance where you can take and spend a family afternoon together.
We were originally planning on buying near the Southgate area, particularly because of the LRT, and then when we looked at house prices, we could find houses a lot more affordable out here. Comparing Chappelle to maybe other neighborhoods in the south, there's a lot of amenities that come with the Residents Association. So I mentioned the rec center. There's the spray park. There's a hockey rink that in the summer also functions as a basketball court. The walking trails here are great with there's interconnecting all the parks and with ponds, and it's very quiet out here. You're still in the city, but at the same time, when you come out here, it feels like you're really far away.
I think it's actually easier to create community because we're all so new to it, and we're all almost yearning for that collaboration and these opportunities to get to know our neighbors, because we all are new within a few years. One great thing we do have is a Facebook group within our area. So people will say, hey, I'm moving into the neighborhood in a couple of weeks, and everyone's very welcoming. And there's so many things that separate us, I think, from more established neighborhoods, because we're all young or maybe younger or newer to the neighborhood. So we're all looking for those friendships and those connections.
Times have changed. And unlike the neighborhoods that were developed 50 or even 40 years ago, these newer communities are designed with a lot of care and planning for today's active lifestyles. No longer focused on just building houses, now it's about offering space for rejuvenation and recreation, creating one inclusive community where you can actually get to know your neighbors.